Brings with it. 30 hertz straight up.
Dear bestie, how are you doing today? I am your girl best friend. Yes. This video is all about the anxiety that you have been faced with lately. Anxiety have been getting the best of you. Anxiety have been hitting you so hard over the head that you don't know if you're coming or going. You find yourself overthinking life and thinking that everyone is against you. You find yourself questioning yourself. You heard what I said. Questioning organically who you are, your intentions. You find yourself going against the things that you said you wanted. Now, bestie, I know that having anxiety is something that has become a reality. And I'm going to be honest with you, once you understand what anxiety is, I promise you, this thing called anxiety will not get the best of you. You have to learn how to look anxiety in the face daily and remind anxiety that you have to be patient with yourself. That it's okay to feel. That it's okay to allow yourself to sometimes be in your head so that way you can dissect what is right and what is wrong. Dear bestie, you're going to have some bad days. And you're going to have some amazing days. You're going to have days that literally is going to outweigh the bad, but because the bad sometimes is so bad that you are going to allow the bad days to outshine your good days easily because that's what you're used to. Now, bestie, I know this is not what you want. And I know that you try every day to change and train your mindset so that way it can work for you and not against you. But every day when you wake up, you find yourself having an attitude and having this thing called pressure. Pressure of the world will make you want to scream. It will make you want to go to the highest mountain and cry. It will make you not want to get out the bed, bestie. It will make you honestly want to sit with yourself and doubt every amazing thing you did. Because this thing called anxiety will constantly make you in your head. And trying to control it is, to me, is crazy. It's Facing it is the easy part. Because you can now stare down this thing called anxiety, bestie, and say, you will not get the best of me. I understand you now. I get you now. And now that I get you, I can explain to my family and friends how to handle when my anxiety is getting the best of me. Some of you guys, when you're going through this thing called anxiety, you don't even realize that you're going through it until literally you're getting out of it. I know so well. I know this oh so well. I suffered from anxiety since 11 years old. The past traumas of my life and the things that I've gone through that I will not name here, but I will allow you guys in very soon. It has followed me throughout my adulthood. I have carried this thing called baggage with a name tag of anxiety, with the wheels of depression. And I have allowed this thing called anxiety and depression and past traumas, I've allowed it to linger throughout my life. And even when I would change the bag and I say, well, I'm going to overfear this thing called past trauma, I always use the same tag and I always use the same wheels, and anxiety and depression goes hand in hand. And I guess you can just say that I brought it with me. And that's what you're doing. You're bringing this thing called anxiety with you. Some people can manage it and some people can't. If you can't manage it, go see somebody. If it's getting too much, go talk to somebody. But if you are the person where you're saying, you know what? My anxiety ain't that bad. I make my anxiety worse than what it could be because I know the problem. Now you may say, what causes anxiety? Life, job, relationship, children, marriage, having a baby, past traumas. Bestie, I know you can relate. And I know the list that I just gave, some of you guys can check off every single one. And that does not make you damaged. Let me tell you something, bestie. You having anxiety doesn't make you damaged. The fact that you acknowledged it, the fact that you are watching this, the fact of you have ignored the signs, and up until this point, you thought to yourself, let me do my research. Let me figure it out. Let me go ahead and let my family, my friends in on why I am who I am. And I'm not going to say you are anxiety, because that's not what you are. You are a king. You are a queen. You are beautiful. You are amazing. You are strong. But I do believe that sometimes with even the strength that God gives us every single morning, that we do face this thing called weakness. And if you're not strong enough to face this thing called weakness, you'll find yourself knocking into anxiety like a brick wall, and you'll find yourself on the floor. Questioning life. Am I enough? Is my best enough? Did I do enough? Am I the problem? Why do I find myself hating myself? Why do I find myself in predicaments where people hate me when I literally just want to give them the world? Sometimes, baby, it's not you. Sometimes you got to get out your head and honestly, when I say honestly, I mean honestly, pull apart the things that are tugging at you and look you straight in the eye and say, I gave it my all, and if my all wasn't good enough, I'm going to separate myself. And sometimes we run into these things called anxiety triggers, and people that you are around, sometimes they trigger your anxieties. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I ain't gonna be the one to tell you to separate yourself, but separate yourself from this, because there's now I always say this, bestie, it's okay not to be okay. It's okay. And anxiety, like I said before, does not make you abnormal. What makes you amazing is acknowledging it, like I said before, and getting in front of it. When I got in front of my anxiety, I knew how to control it better. I knew how to let my family and friends know what I was going through. So that way, when I'm doing too much, when I'm in my head, when I'm freaking out, when I'm over the top, when I'm she tripping, they can understand me better. Yeah, you've been called some of those names before. And sometimes you are tripping. Sometimes you are in your head. But sometimes you got good reason. From one person with anxiety to another one. Having anxiety is like being confused about being confused. Now, I know that makes no sense, but to me, that's how anxiety works. It's literally you questioning the things you already know the answers to. But the only way you get it is by asking yourself that question. I know that sounds complicated. If you have anxiety, you get it. If you don't, you're like, what did this girl just say? It don't matter, best friend. All it matters is that you take anxiety seriously. That you take time out for yourself. That you understand that you matter. That your kids are amazing. Your family's amazing. Your husband's amazing. Your wife's amazing. But if you are not good, and if you're not getting in front of this, you can't be good for them. Bestie, I want to say thank you for watching this video. Bestie, I want to tell you another thing before I let y'all go. You are beautiful. You are amazing. You are wonderful. You are unique. There's no one like you, and just because you are facing this doesn't mean that you're damaged. It just means that you are amazing because you're watching this video and you want to get better. I want to get better. Let's get better together. I love you, bestie. See you later. I go my whole life trying to make everybody happy. And doing this, I'm not even happy. I go my whole life trying to impress other people. And when I look back at my life is not impressive. Someone asked me the other day, what do you truly want in your life? Is it money? Is it love? Is it success? No, I want the thing I've never had before. You know what that is? Happiness. If you've gone throughout your whole life without this thing called happiness. Now, I'm not talking about that thing that you pretend to be, because if you don't look like you're happy, then it looks like you're always upset or have an attitude. I'm talking about true happiness. That's what I want. It's not the big things for me. It's the little things. And if you know, you know. I want the thing that makes me happy to wake up. The thing that when I go to bed at night, go to bed with a smile on my face. The thing that makes me proud of who I am. That's what I want. Until then, I'm going to continue to be authentically who I am until that come along. Now, I already know what a lot of you guys about to say. Happiness is within. And you are completely right. But what do you do if you never really had an example of what happiness truly looked like? A lot of the times we mirror what we want. You know, the thing that we want to be like. So I've always mirrored what I thought happiness was, and it always led me down a rabbit hole of someone else's happiness. And I do want to be happy within. But I can read as many books and go to many seminars on what makes a person happy. And it's one of them things like, if you know, you know. Once I know, I know. Until that day when I know that I know that I know that I know that I should know, and I get this thing called I don't gotta prove myself to nobody. I can be authentically who I am. That people are going to accept me for what I is and what I ain't. That literally I can stand in a crowd full of people and be happy in a crowd.
30 hertz straight up.
Maybe that's gonna be a part of my happiness. Maybe that's my happiness. I'm in a point in my life where this thing called life is starting to life. You know what I mean. It's starting to get a little hard. I wake up every single day trying to be the best part of me, the best version of me. The me that I always wanted to be since a very little girl, this strong, passionate queen. But then I find myself, honestly, when I am alone, I find myself defeated in ways that it's hard even for me to believe. Juggling this thing called emotions and trying to hide them from the world is hard. Because I know one day someone's going to figure out that the thing that I have been hiding inside is just a guard to this thing called my feelings. I was told at a very young age that your feelings is something that you do not allow people to see. Why? Because they're going to make fun of you. They're going to put it against you. And they're going to make you feel like you are the problem. Yes, bestie. Please believe. So what do? Do I guard myself from people? Because if I guard myself from people, I could be guarding myself from people that truly love me. Then I can be what? Self-sabotaging my life? People? My happiness? Once more? I don't think I want to go down that road again. I don't think I want to go down that road again where I'm conflicted in who wants to be around and who doesn't. But I also am in a part of my life where I just want to hide and never come out. Depression is real. And the only way you're going to beat it, the only way I'm going to beat it is if I face it head on.
30 hertz straight up.
And I take steps, valid steps, that I am true to myself to say that things have not been easy lately. And I need help.